Hey, what's up? No, I can't use that. That's fluffy talks. I have to say that you all smell fantastic. No, it's the click. Oh, how about... Okay. I'm awake since 1963, and you can call me awake since... No, let's call me Chris. Damn. Coming up with an original sign is hard, you know? Oh well, I'll come up with something, right? Well, I'm awake since 1963, and you can call me Andrew if you must. I wanted to give you an introduction to my little podcast thing that I'm doing about me and how I came up with the idea. You see, about a year ago, I came up with what I thought was a very funny idea, reading a book in a flat, deadpan voice, even during the action scenes. Think of it like Ben Stein. You know that guy, right? He even had his own game show for a while. Anyway, it was supposed to be a boring reading of a novel just for fun, because, as I said, I thought it would be funny. Well, as you can tell from the opening of this podcast, I'm not funny at all. But I really wanted to come up with a unique idea for a solo podcast that I can do in my free time. I recalled the times in the past that I've had people tell me that I have a rather soothing voice when I want to. And it would be great to have me read them a book while they drifted off to sleep. So here I am, doing just that. What a unique idea, right? Wrong. Turns out there are other people doing the same thing. Now, I haven't heard their podcasts, but I'm sure they do it a lot better than I do. So I thank you who have tuned in and hung out with me so far. You are very appreciated. Because of the possible legal problems of recording full novels of current authors, I've decided I'm going to stick with books in the public domain. You know, everyone has done The War of the Worlds, and you can count me as one of them, because that's my first foray into this adventure. I'll attempt to find some other obscure books, but you can count on me being safe at first by doing something that everyone else has already recorded. I will not apologize for that. Sorry. I mean, not sorry for being sorry. Sorry. A little bit about me. How's that? I'm an old man. Okay, not old, but older. How's that? I do have a full-time job, which means I can only work on this during my very limited free time. For now, at least. I promise you, though, that the first book is already nearly finished, and I plan to release the parts 1 week apart. A book a week, you say? No, not a full book a week. What I mean is, I have divided the book into segments that are approximately 30 minutes each, about 2 chapters. Why? Because of the purpose of this podcast, to help you go to sleep. I felt it would be easier for you to find the last place you left off by having smaller segments available for you to find where you left off after falling asleep. I know it sounds strange, but if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious... sorry, that's Mr. Ballin's log line. I couldn't help myself. As for what I'm recording on, I happen to have probably the cheapest setup available. A mic from Best Buy. Now, I'm not saying Best Buy is cheap. They have some pretty good stuff there, but out of my minuscule budget. And I'm only able to work on the podcast because of friends of mine from work who were able to get another computer running after not only my desktop crashed, but my laptop as well. With this in mind, I've created a Patreon in order to get better quality equipment to give you a better experience. I'll even post the episodes a week early there, as well as a few Patreon exclusives when I have time, maybe even a video or two, even though I've been told I have a face for radio. So if you're a Patreon type of person and like to support people who create these weird things for you, please visit patreon.com/awakesince1963. I also have a Facebook page if you want to keep apprised of how things are going. Once again, Awake since 1963. Well, I think that covers the introduction. My sincerest apologies to Fluffy Talks, The Click, Call Me Chris, and Mr. Ballin. It's all in good fun, and I do respect you all. I'll sign off with how I'll start each episode until I'm told I can't use it anymore. Welcome, my friends. I'm glad you're here. Sleep well.